Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about looping arrays, breaking and continuing. Let's now explore some more features for loop and also create some more useful examples. And one of the most used applications of for loop is to loop through arrays. So let's get back the array that we used before. So in this case, I have taken this as an array. So now we use this for loop to loop and this array. So now we use for loop to loop this array, and let's say we want to individually log every element to the console. Let's write a loop for it, and also as well we start with the counter. So in this case, so this time we need to start with 0, right? Because array starts with 0. So in this case, I'm declaring here for I equals to 0 because array starts with 0. So here I am not declaring any condition yet. So array needs to go all the way till our array of 5, right? So I'm using I plus plus. It starts with 0 and it has goes to this, right? Okay. And also we need to declare this to the output, right? Console.log of Jonas of I. So this is how the output is going to be. So here the trickiest part is the condition, and so that's why we left it for the end. But now we actually need to tackle it. So for how long do we need to keep this in the loop running? Well, it should run I equals to 0, right? So it should also run when it is 1, 2, 3, and 4, because 4 is the last element in the array, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, but when it is 5, it should no longer run. That's because Jonas at 5 doesn't exist. Okay, so here we are declaring our thing as okay. So let me just go ahead and run this. Yeah, here we always need to use let variable here, let I equals to. Yeah, here we have taken array, right? So here it should be square brackets, not curly brackets. So we are getting the unexpected error. As you can see, we got our output here. So let's say that we logged all our 5 elements and we just got all the output for the 5 elements, but still there is one problem with this. This we have just hard coded the length of an array here with the 5, and then add an element and to an array, let's say. So let's say we want to add here as true. Okay, see, it is not getting added to the array, right? So because our constraint here limit is set to 5, if we put here 6, now you can see here true. But how to do that automatically whenever we add array here? So it should also get added automatically instead of manually changing. So how to do that? So the solution for this is not to hard code, but to compute the value. So basically to get it from JavaScript itself. For that, we need to add this I equals to 0, and here I equals to I greater than or Jonas. We'll declare the array itself, Jonas dot length of an array. So let's see the output. So it is same. Oh, it is just giving. So for example, let me just turn it this true off. See, it is gone. So when I turn it back on, see, it is automatically getting executed without changing anything in the loop here. So if we add something in Jonas, it will automatically add Jonas dot length. For now, it will be 6, so it will change automatically. We don't have to do it manually, change the code into the loop. Let's say that the type of variable, the type of Jonas of I. Let me just add here one more. So the type of function, if you remember. So here we are writing Jonas array of I. So it will just declare the array types. See, as you can see, it is string string, and here 40 is it is converted in here into string. So here it is getting converted here. So here we'll add the type of function, and here we'll add Jonas of I. Okay. See, it declares what is the type of array we have used. So Lohit is a string, P is string. Here the number is 40 is number. So teacher is string. As I said previously also, this array also is belonging to the object. So as you can see here, it is object, and here we have declared Boolean value. It is Boolean. Okay. So this is a nutshell how we use loops racing using the for loop. Now what we did here was only to read values from an array, but now let's also do the same thing. Create a new array which contains all the type of for the elements. So this is an excellent way of showing you how to create a new array based on the values of one original array. Let's do that by creating a new empty array outside of the loop. So outside the loop, we'll just declare constant types. Here we'll declare this as an empty array for now. And so we have to go here to the same loop because this new array types will be based on Jonas array, right? So it's gonna have the same length, and so now we can use the exact loop that we use to read data from the Jonas loop also. Construct this new type array. So here we'll declare this type. So types. So how many we are going to give, same as array our size, right? So we are declaring I here. So here we want the type of, right? So let me just go ahead and declare. So we'll declare outside the loop. So let me just go ahead and console this to the log. Console log of types, right? So let's see the output. See, as you can see, our new array is just created here. As you can see, our array size is 6. So it contains string, string number, string object, and Boolean value as we have declared above here. So we just created a new array. So this is one way of filling the type of an array. So let's turn it off and do it in another way. So you remember the push method, right? So that would be the type of push actually. So this is another way of creating the same output by adding the new string here, as you can see. So I think this way doing a little bit cleaner, but if you prefer this way, of course you can use it. But what matters is that we understand the logic of how to construct all the different parts of the for loop in order to the loop the array. So it starts the counter being 0 because that's the first element of an array, and this condition here which specifies the current index always needs to stay below the length of an array, so that we are looping through, and then In the loop itself, we always get the current element using the current counter, which is going to go from 0 to the length of an array, which is -1, and make sure you get this. Now let's try one more example of an array. So let's take here the birth year, and now what we want to do is calculate the ages for all these birth years. So let's take this example from previous. So by taking this example, so we want to do is calculate the ages for all these 4 birth year, and we want to store them in a new array, but without using loops. Okay, so let's go ahead and declare here constant years. We'll declare it in the empty string. Okay, here let's say for this case let I equals to 0, because array starts from 0 again. So here the constraint is array value size to 4, right? So whatever the size would be, like previously we have declared here array size, right? So here we'll say birth year dot length. Okay, and then we'll give the iteration plus plus. Here we'll put the ages dot. So we'll put the years dot push. So for say, let's suppose how to calculate this birth year. So the present year we are going to take as 2037 minus the birth year. So again we'll console this to the. So as you can see, we got our output here. So let me just turn this off to get. See, we got our output, right? So we are initially given 4 values. So for that, we just calculated the age, right? So 46, 30, 70, and 71. And this calculated age, we just stored in a new array. So by using the push function, by using the loop. So just get an idea about how this code is getting executed. Okay, now learn about 2 statements for loops, and that's the continue and to break the statement. So let's start with the continue. It is to exit the current iteration of the loop and continue to the next one. On the other hand, the break is used to completely terminate the whole loop. So let's see 2 quick examples. So let me just leave this as is and just take an example here. So in this example, we are going to use the continue. So for that, we'll just create a example. So in our case, let's say our initial I equals to 0. Here it is starting. Okay, I greater than, so in this array only we are taking. So I Jonas dot length. So here we are going to write the if statement. If our type of is not equals to string, then continue. Okay, so in this case, and also let me just here write. So as you can see here, from this string, from this array, we are just printing out the statements, the only strings. Okay, in this statement, as you can see, first one is string, second one is string, third one is number, fourth one is string. So object and boolean and number doesn't get executed here in this case, so only strings get executed, right? So in our case, we have took this as a array as an example here. So initial array starts with 0. So here I greater than Jonas length of an array we are declaring here. So it is checking the each iteration. So when this statement is true, it goes to if the type of Jonas. So in this statement, it is just checking out. So which is not equals to string. So it is saying to continue. Okay. So what this continue do is that it will immediately exit the current iteration. So the line of code here will not be executed in this current iteration. It won't even be reached. So in this, so whenever the condition it is not to string, so it is just simply stopping and exiting the iteration and just only printing out the which are only strings. As you can see here, we got only the strings. So let me just go ahead and turn this off. Okay, so this is then a perfect example for a continuation. So let me just show you how the break works. So we want to do now is to log no other element after we found a number. So we'll just copy this as a reference. Here we'll say break with number. When number is found, it should get break automatically. So same in according to this array. So we are using I equals to 0 Jonas dot length, which is everything here is same. So in this here, if Jonas is the type of, here in this case, it should be equals to number, right? Then instead of continue, should be break. Okay. See, as you can see with the break number, so with the third number here we are getting number, right? So when it reaches the number here, the statement is getting break and getting executed only the first two elements in the array. So this is how the continue and break statements works. After we found the number, nothing else is printed. So in this iteration, where the number is found, not even in the line of code is printed anymore, and then the loop is terminated completely. That's about continue and break. So get an better idea of it before moving on to the next lecture. So this is the most important and definitely to understand how we can loop through arrays using this kind of logic here. Okay, this logic. Okay, so that's it for this session.